Hello everybody and welcome to part 4 of market structure. In today's video we're going to be going over the price cycle smart money version. So I'm sure you've all heard of the the price cycle before, maybe on YouTube, and someone going over it in a manner where you're going over support, resistance, then break and retest, or whatever it is, right? Forget about all of that. Today we're going to be going over it the smart money version. So let's begin now. The 4 phases of the cycle. The first phase, consolidation, ranging market, which will create liquidity, as we now know, which will be grabbed, right? And then the second phase, break of structure, following a liquidity grab, right? All of the liquidity created from the consolidation will be grabbed by smart money, right? And then the third phase, retracement and mitigation of an OB, right? And near the consolidation, we will usually find there is an OB, and price will retrace to that point, and then it will be mitigated, right? And then the fourth phase is entry and reaction, right? So we're going to enter, price is going to react, and then the trend will continue. So continuation as well, you could call it. So now let's begin on the real chart. So first of all, let's go over the, let me just refresh this page. Okay, and then we'll put price here. So now let's go over what consolidation and ranging market looks like. So if we first, as always, begin with a diagram. So this is basically what the price cycle should look like. We begin with consolidation, right? And now obviously it won't be as perfect as I'm drawing it now, but it will look somewhat like this. Then we will expect a break of structure to the downside, grabbing the liquidity within this area. Then within this area, right, we will expect an OB, right? So within this area, there will probably be an OB, right? And price will come, mitigate it, and then we will get an entry from here, right? And we can say I'll take profit, looking for the continuation of this trend, right? So on and so forth, right? So that is the price cycle essentially, right? And then now I'm going to describe the four phases. So consolidation, break structure to the downside, retracement, and then we have our continuation and our entry and our mitigation, right? So that's that for the bearish side. It's the exact same thing on the bullish side, except reverse, right? So I will actually draw that out. Let me just draw it out. So first of all, what do we have? As always, consolidation, right, or ranging market. And then so here's the difference, right? We could also have a break of structure to this downside, but more commonly we will find price breaking structure to the upside, right? So you can have both, right? And it's very common that you have both, but I think it's more common that you will only see it breaking structure to the upside, right? And then after that, like I say, we always look for a zone. So if it broke structure to the downside, there could be a zone here, but more likely there will just be, a zone here, right? And so price will then come back down and mitigate one of these zones, right? Or mitigate the bottom one. And so consolidation, break structure to the wherever, and then retracement, mitigation, reaction, continuation, right? So on and so forth. Now we're going to go into an example, and I'm going to start explaining that example. So let me just refresh this page. And now let's begin with the example. So first of all, we're going to look for our consolidation, right? And I'm just going to replay price to here. So here we're going to look at what we've got here, right? We've got a clear area of support and resistance, right? Perfect for any retail trader trading, the normal strategy, right? So what we're looking here in this bottom quarter is our area of support, and then up here we're looking at our area of resistance, right? And the most important thing about all of this is our ranging market. This is our consolidation, right? So now we can mark this out as our, our consolidation. Now, another important thing with this is that we have now created liquidity to the upside and downside of this area. Now, either one of them will be grabbed, or both of them can be grabbed. We're just gonna wait for price to, do its thing, and then we'll see, which one gets grabbed, right? So if I just place that here, knowing that there's liquidity to the upside and downside of both of these markets, right? So now we'll just continue price. And as we can see, price breaks structure to the downside, right? First of all, it broke structure to the downside here, here, and then of course we have it here, continuing the price cycle, right? And then this is just, you know, the break of structures to the downside. We're breaking multiple structures now within this area, right? And if I just speed things up, okay, so now let's say we're here, right? We've broken multiple structures to the downside. What we're going to look for is our zone, right? We've got this nice order block zone, and this is where we're expecting our retracement, right? Price will begin to come back into our zone, and now we'll just wait for price to come back into our zone. Of course, along the way, we should be looking for multiple more confluences. Now, this is where this is very interesting, because we can begin to pair up our previous strategy. So now we can see that there are equal highs within this area. So now what do we know? Price will grab this area of liquidity, and we will see what's it called? We'll see this order block being mitigated. Now, mitigation. Now this is the fourth phase, right? Now we're looking here at mitigation. I will just mark this out. Mitigation. Brilliant. So now we know price is mitigated. This order block, we can now enter, right? Not a bad stop loss, 15 pips, and then we can target these lows here or these lows here. Doesn't really matter, right? And then of course price will react. We were very safe with that take profit. It hits our take profit. Price continues to go down, and like I said, now we've got, what do we have? The continuation of the trend, right? So before, like I said, we were bearish. So now what will happen? We will continue that trend, right? And ultimately continuing the price cycle. So if I just replay price to about here. So that is the price cycle, and that's everything to do with the price cycle. And we'll just recap over it really quickly. Let me just refresh the page. Okay, so first we had our consolidation and ranging market, right? Where there was liquidity to the top side and to the downside. And then we saw the creation of this order block, right? And then we saw a break of structure validating this order block, right? And then we saw price breaking multiple structures, here, here, and there, so on and so forth. Then we saw the retracement back, coming to mitigate this order block. Then we saw, some extra confluences to help us take this trade. Then we got our entry 1 to 14, and then we saw the continuation. I'm not sure why that arrow didn't stay, but we'll just do it one more time. Continuation of the trend, right? And those are the 4 phases of the price cycle. Remember, these two are combined. So those are the 4 phases of the price cycle. Hope you guys found it educational, and I'll see you guys in the next one.